Okay, it looks like our Quickfire is up on live. All right, good evening, everyone. So welcome to our 20th session for our Quickfire session, Quickfire online. So for those of you who are watching for the first time, my name is Moses. And now we are on live on Zoom and on YouTube. Okay, because my second screen is down today for some don't know what reason. Okay, so I wanted to just do a quick stream onto Zoom so that I can just do a copy over to my Facebook today, because normally I've been doing on both YouTube and Facebook. So just going to do like a link over there. That would be better, I guess. And maybe that's just a work around. Okay. So I'll just do a quick post over there. Okay, I think so. Whoever wants to join me on this session today, then you all will just use the session. Just use the Facebook link and watch. Otherwise, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, you guys will be seeing as per normal. Okay, so once again, this is the 20th installment for my Quickfire. So basically, the objective is to get people to come in to ask questions, and then for any type of maths related topics, whether is it in terms of secondary school, primary school, O-level, PSLE, lower secondary mathematics, or everything anything goes. Okay, so I open up this session. Basically, the objective is for people to come in to ask questions, right? Whether is it used for any homework help, or whether is it for any content revision. Okay, so this session, this 2 hours is for you guys to just drop in and ask questions. Okay, so for the past, I would say you have really come to officially the 20th session. So the response is decent. There are some people who came in for a while to ask questions, but I would say most of the time it's being used for me to go and blabber on. It's either for me to just rant on stuff, or whether is it to do my own content sharing. Okay, so for those of you who came for a couple of times, you guys will have seen that when there are no questions coming in from the crowds, then I will just be sharing on just taking out certain things to share and to go through, whether is it in terms of a topical revision. So if you're looking for topical revision, more specifically upper secondary topics, E-Maths or A-Maths, you all can actually look back to my previous videos, either on YouTube or Facebook, to see my streams. Okay, I haven't got time to go and categorize stuff except for one. The one that was the most clearly documented was on trigonometry. Okay, so you guys are actually wanting to do some trigonometry revision. Okay, I covered everything from the basics all the way to the advanced stuff in one stream itself. So you guys can just go and watch that one. Okay, subsequently, in fact, now we are coming to the end of the June holidays. Okay, so I believe that most of you will be going back to school in a week's time. Okay, so I hope you guys have a good June holiday break. Okay, for those of you who are taking the exams this year, I hope you all have a good time to go and catch up and revise on the past things that you guys may need more help on. Okay. And so when the school reopens, the pacing is going to be much more faster for these people. When it comes to prelims, when it comes to mock papers, when it comes to much more last few topics of revision and teaching before they dive into prelims and then the official exam itself. Okay, so as mentioned on my various streams, I'll be taking out the Sec 4 E-Maths paper to go through with the students today. Okay, this paper is being used for my exam training program over the past June holidays. Okay, so in fact, the June holiday program is also going to conclude this week as well. So I will be taking out the papers to go through with the people online as well. So for those of you who actually wants to go through the paper with me, and then have the paper with you on hand to maybe you can do it for your own revision, for your own self-practice, or you want to go just follow along with me as I go through the paper today. You guys can actually reach out to me via the various social media channels. Then I will be able to send you the paper, the soft copy of the paper, so you can print it out and do your own. Whether or not you do it directly on the iPad itself, I believe most of you got this student learning device or something. That means you all got your own iPad in short. Okay, whether is it all doing on iPad or whether you all see the questions on the iPad and doing on paper. Okay, anything works. Okay, but for me personally, I recommend that you guys will actually print out the paper. Okay, like a physical paper as such, so that you guys will actually have a feel of opening up the paper, looking through the questions, and then doing it on the paper itself. So you all have a feel of the real, the exam conditions itself. Okay, I know that it's much more easier for students to do it on iPad, don't need to print, and then you all can just undo, can just erase stuff, very easy. Okay, but you guys also need to train how to write properly on the foolscap paper as well. Okay, how to present your answers and ensure that you don't do too many cancellations or any like erasing markings, all these things. Okay, it needs to still be properly presented on the pen and paper itself. So yeah, take this chance to go and print the papers and practice. Okay, let me see if I can quickly just fetch it up. Emacs. Where's my Emacs paper? Should be this one. Yeah, should be this one. Okay, just let me try to fetch up again. So for those of you who are up here, I hope that you guys have you guys are ready to actually follow through. So for those of you who are hearing for the first time, last time I've been doing more questions. In fact, this week I'll be going through the paper instead. Okay. And in fact, due to my very, very hectic schedule, I will be putting this Quickfire on hold for a short while because I have much more students coming in at the last 3 months to increase their lessons for PSLE and for O levels. Okay, so what I'll be doing is I'll be putting this Quickfire on hold. Okay, that means I will be discontinuing the Quickfire starting from next week onwards. So this session, just nice, is on the 20th session. This will be my last session. Okay, and then I hope that when I think, of course, this time being the first time that we are doing this Quickfire project, definitely I'll be looking to do it again. Okay, I will not give this up. So subsequently, when the time goes back to the early of 2024, okay, then when the new students come in, old students leave, and then there will be a transition phase of students. Okay, and then we can come back here and arrange to see what is the better time to continue this Quickfire. Okay, so there are a couple of students and parents that is pending for me to go and to set a schedule for them. So right now, subsequently, when the Quickfire is discontinued, I will still be continuously active on Discord, on Telegram, on WhatsApp, on Xiaohongshu, and my other channels as well. Okay, so for those of you who still want to contact with me over there, please feel free to do so. My Discord servers are still active for people to come in and ask questions and to interact with me. Okay, there's a limit to how many people I can tutor at one time, but I want to reach out to as many people as possible. Okay, really, it's not for the money, but it's more for helping you guys. I know that not everyone has can afford tuition. Okay, but I don't want you guys to forgo the chance of seeking academic help. Yeah, that's my objective. So I hope that the channels are out there, the doors are out there. It's up to you to want to take it or not. Okay, but in any case, I still want to keep a time slot open. Okay, a time slot open for me to potentially still continue this Quickfire in the next 3 months, because next 3 months is like the hottest period for P6. Okay, the PSLE students are the ones that is going to be struggling and frantic already. Okay, for July, August, and September. Okay, so from July onwards, it will be both July onwards for next July, August, September, October will be the stress period for O levels. Okay, because now it's 3 months away from PSLE. 1 month later is 3 months away from O levels. So I foresee that there will be more people coming forward to ask more help, to get more revision, to get more academic help. Okay, please feel free to do so. My resources are always open for you guys to adapt and use. Okay, that's for the continuation. But in any case, if I can continue this quickfire, the timing that I'm looking at, right, is actually on Tuesday afternoon. Okay, Tuesday afternoon. Okay, if really it all goes well, because I have arranged for some pending tuition assignments on that time slot itself. So if the tuition assignment slots didn't go through, that means I will have the 2 hours free time to do this quick fire for you guys. Otherwise, I'll be proceeding with my tuition stuff already. Okay, so right now at the peak period, I have no choice but to make a stand and to make a decision to balance on both sides. Yeah, that is what I'm trying to do over here as much as I can. Then, like I mentioned, I don't want to give it up too easily. Yeah, so I hope that it can continue. It can continue. Okay, so I've been looking at my past records. For part in fact, for paper, the first paper I finished already. I finished already for paper 1. So I see I can get paper 2 or not. Emax IAP 1. I think I'm able to get paper 2. Okay, let me try and get paper 2. Emax 1P1, 1P2, 1P2. You guys want me to go paper 1, paper 2? I see if I can do paper 2. Shall I go paper 2 today? Okay, let's go paper 2 today. Should be pretty okay. Okay, let's go paper 2. Emax paper 2, Sec 4. Emax paper 2, Sec 4. Okay, are you guys ready or not? Okay, let me just get the papers down. Quite laggy, I realized today. Quite slow. Very slow. Maybe because the Wi-Fi connection is quite slow today. But how many of you are online right now? Okay, if not, I'll just slowly take my time already. Yeah. Okay. Still cannot. Still calculating the size. That's weird. Should be have only. Drive. That's weird. Today the paper doesn't want to come out with today. Doesn't want to come out to me. Oh yeah, it's up. Yes, awesome. Okay, let's see. Maybe just taking some time to load, I guess. But anyway, if you guys got any questions that y'all got any topics that y'all want to revise or what, y'all can let me know also. So I can also go straight into those questions as well. Otherwise, I'll be going through the things that I'm doing. My wife just asked a question. White light or warm light for studying? I think white light though. What do you guys think? White light or warm light? Which one is better for studying? Or I just take out a paper from my directory to do today. Hey, my whole OneDrive not working. Why? That is very weird. What's happening today? Ask me to want to. Sure not. I suspect there's something wrong with Wi-Fi today. Yeah. That's weird. I couldn't seem to take out my stuff today. I have a couple of papers actually, but I have some from Mayflower. There's a O level. There's Ang Mo Kio, Nanhua, Anglican High. Paper 1. Okay, some of them I already did before already, so I don't want to do it. Some of the papers I've done it before, but I don't think this actually can do. Okay, looks like 4B2。Looks like the paper doesn't want to cooperate with me today. So sad. Let me try to just like remove everything. Doesn't show leh. That's weird. It's on my OneDrive lah, but it's not on my files. Unless I do it directly here, which is can lah, but I see if it works. I think as long as the question can show on the screen, I think that will be fine. Just that the writing experience wouldn't be that awesome. Hey, if it works, it should work. Annotation. Okay lah, I try my best. This is the best I can do. Okay, let me just be back to my Zoom. Okay. Okay, this is what paper is this? This is actually yeah, this is one of the paper 2s that I did halfway through. Hey, don't tell me downloading late. Oh yeah, it should work now. It should work now. Okay, I did some questions actually for this paper 2. So for those of you who actually just want to quickly take a look at this question, go ahead by all means. All these questions are not very difficult. Okay, so today I realized I just only did a couple of questions only, so I can just continue from here. Okay, so you all can just see it as individual questions coming up from different topics and chapters lah. Okay. Okay. Then if that's the case, let's continue on this question then. Okay. We can write lah. Can write. Can I? Look with it. Looks decent. Okay, how? Okay, let's continue. Simplify 25x squared minus 16 over 15x squared plus 7x minus 4. Looks complicated, but actually from here, all you need to do is just factorize All right, factorize what you need, and then you realize that 5x plus 4 is actually a common factor. Okay, I once again verify on my calculator 15, 7 minus 4. Yes, it should be 5x plus 4, 3x minus 1. Okay, so the final answer will therefore be just this one, which is 5x minus 4, 3x minus 1. That's all. Okay, very straightforward. That shall be it. Okay, now let's move on. Metrics. The theatre sell tickets for musical performance based on different categories. The table below shows number of tickets sold for 2 consecutive nights for week 1. So represent the information of a 2 by 3. Okay, always remember for metrics, okay, how do we represent the information? You look at the 2 numbers here. 2 by 3 means 2 rows, 2 columns, 3 rows. 2 by 3. Okay, so exactly here is already being presented in a 2 by 3 formula. 2 by 3 matrix. So I just need to copy as it is. Just like that. You'll get the 1 mark already. So there's no calculations involved as of now. So please don't terrorize yourself yet. Okay. So the ticket price is 98, 78, and 48. So 3 by 1. Now you say 3 by 1. 3 by 1 means 3 by 1. That means it's only 1 column of 3 things. So it's 98, 78, 48. So calculate T equal MP. So from here, before we actually go into the calculations itself, let's actually take a step back and think, what is this matrix all about? And what could T represent? When you put M and P together, probably the most straightforward idea is for them to calculate the total. That means the tickets is in the 2 by 3 matrix M. 3 by 1 is the P for each category. So basically what I want to do is to multiply them together and then get a total number. But before that, we need to understand that NP and what is the order of matrix T. What's the order? In order to find the order, for those of you who needs recap on matrix, okay, M is 2 by 3. P is 3 by 1. Only when these 2 linking numbers are the same, then this matrix multiplication can be done. Okay, you cannot anyhow multiply with other little stuff. These 2 numbers over here must be the same. And then this will lead to the matrix of T being a 2 by 1 matrix. That means at the final answer, I must expect something there is a number over here and a number over here. This is what I need to expect. Okay, if you have something else, means something wrong already. Okay, but we need to have this idea first. We need to determine the order so that when we do the multiplication of numbers, right, we know what it means. Okay, so now you say 98, 78, and 48. And then one is for cat 1, cat 2, and cat 3. So basically, what I can already propose and suppose is that the top number over here is the total amount that is being collected for the 2 days. One is Saturday, so this is for Saturday, and this is for Saturday, and this is for Sunday. You see, before we go into the calculation, we can already, fix and set our minds to tell us what are these things representing. Okay, so with this in mind, now we can go into it and calculate our things already. Okay, so 430 times 98 plus 635 times 78 plus 335 times 48. I'll get 107750. Okay, that's for the first one. And for the next one, 430 times 98 plus 585 times 78 plus 320 times 48. 103130. Okay, so this is the final matrix that I'm looking for. Okay, now state what each element of the T represent. Okay, so each element represents the total amount of money collected from all the tickets on that day. Okay, every word needs to be used. Okay, because we need to specify that what each of them represents. Each of them represents the total amount of money collected from all the tickets on that day itself. Make it as specific as possible and you will get the mark. Okay, so the elements S, where S equals to XM, represent the total number of tickets sold for each category for both nights in respectively. Write down matrix X. Okay, now here's the interesting part, because now it's asking for reversal. When you're asking for reversal, that means, right, they already give you the equation S equals XM, but they are requiring you to write down the matrix, right? They make up the final matrix. Okay, so same thing. That is why the order is so important. This order is so important because we need to understand what is the order of the matrix first. Then we can propose what should be inside. Now, you see, M is what? M is this 2 by 3 matrix, correct? M is 2 by 3. I put 2, 3 lah. M is 2 by 3. Okay, X is something. So X is something else. But we need to understand, we don't know what is the order of X. We don't know. But we know that what is S? S represents the total number of tickets sold in each category for both nights respectively. That means what they need to do. That means I want to collate Saturday and Sunday, Cat 1 how much, Cat 2 how much, Cat 3 how much. So we need to understand, at the end of the day, what is the order that you want to achieve for S? What is the order of the matrix that you want to achieve? Okay, it's actually, we need to have 3 values here. That is for day 1, day 2, day 3. Okay, so it's either this way or this way. Both is fine, but depending, because in matrix multiplication, the order of the matrix multiplying, it matters, because mx is different from xm. But now in this case, m is at the back. You see, m is at the back. It's a 2 by 3 matrix. So that means, according to what we had learned previously, if I have a matrix multiplication like this, right, the final matrix will be a 2 by 1. I will take the n2 numbers, either the first number and the last number. I put them together, that's the order of my final matrix. But in this case, m is 3. So that means, right, the only possible order for the front part must be 1 by 2. Because only these 2 numbers must be the same. And these 2 numbers must come together and give me a 1 by 3 matrix. 1 by 3. So this is what we are looking for, 1 by 3. Okay, I write it here. This is a 1 by 3 matrix. So therefore, we understand and conclude that X is a matrix that is of 1 by 2. Okay, so and we are looking at total number of tickets. So all we are looking for is just to add them together. They never tell me that the tickets on Sunday is twice the value, or represent twice the number of tickets on Saturday. So no, they are all counted equally. Therefore, the write down of matrix X shall be equal to 1, 1. Because both tickets are being treated as one individual piece ticket. This is how you get your matrix. That means we solve the matrix like such. Okay, even though it's a 1 mark question, but the thinking process over here for us to go and fix out the order of the matrix is very important. Okay, I would say this is one of the killer questions. Even though it's 1 mark, it's a killer question. But it only occurs in a matrix lah. Yeah. Okay. Of course, if you have other ways of understanding this problem and this topic, by all means, okay? I'm just sharing with you guys what is my method and what is my approach of doing it, okay? And the method that I always use to guarantee that whatever answer that I produce, right, will definitely be the correct answer. Okay, so this is for your reference, okay?
Okay, let's continue on from here. Solid A is the solid form by joining the hemisphere of a radius r
to one end of cylinder of height r. The other end of cylinder is attached to a cone of height h. Find the total volume of the hemisphere and the cylinder. Okay, that means they are looking for a top part only. Okay, so for those of you who didn't read the full question, right, people will naturally go and find the total volume of everything, which is wrong already. Okay, so this is only 1 mark, and it's only 1 mark, guys. So please don't do fanciful stuff. Okay, just stick to it. Okay. Hemisphere and cylinder. So what's the formula for the hemisphere? Hemisphere is 2/3 pi r cube, because it's half a sphere. Okay, and the cylinder is pi r square h. But the h in this case is also r. Okay, pi r square h. So if I were to combine them together, just so happens that there's both of them are actually pi r cube. So what happens is that there's 1 pi r cube, they add together is 2/3 pi r cube. Put together, how many pi r cube you have? You have 5/3 pi r cube cm cube. Because they're asking me in terms of pi and r, so don't do any fanciful stuff. This is what it is. This is what it is. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm live on Discord as well. Yeah, Discord. I don't know how many people see my Discord, but yeah, I just try my best. Okay. So let's move on. The volume of the cone is half the entire volume of the entire solid A. Show that H is 5R. Okay. I don't know how you guys understand this question, but actually, if you really look at the words up close, right, the question is actually very straightforward. Okay, the volume of the cone is half the volume of the entire solid A. So can I say this is half of the whole thing? So can I also say that this part over here, the top part, is equal to the bottom part? That means, what can we say? That means we can conclude that the volume of the cone is also 5/3 pi r squared. That is the insight. Okay, see, from the question itself, we must already garner an insight and say what can we conclude from there? Okay, instead of just looking at the question and say, how is it? Okay, we must have this insight already. Okay, so volume of a cone is half of solid A. So that means the cone, sorry, too thick. Too bad, this one Microsoft Word. Okay, so the cone volume is also 5/3 pi r cube. Okay, and according to the formula, what is the formula for the area, for the volume of the cone, which is 1/3 times pi r square, right? By base area times height. Base area times height. Okay, and we don't know what is h, because h is just h. But from here, we need to show that h equals to 5r. So what need to see what's the base area. Base area is exactly that circle up there, right? This circle, which is pi r square, right? So 1/3 times pi r square times h. Now I want to compare these two things side by side. Do you see that we can cancel out stuff already? Okay, let's look. Pi and pi can cancel. R square and r can cancel. Okay, and then what happens over here is that I'm going to simplify stuff. Okay, pi 5/3r equals to 1/3 h. Okay, so can I actually just multiply by 3 for both cases and tell me that 5r equals to h? Therefore, shown. This is how simple it is. Okay, so the reason why people struggle in this kind of question is because they do not start the question with formulas. Okay, that means they went into the question, they start to dive in, and then they think here, think there, think everywhere, and then they all will go blank. Okay, the most quickfire, most fail-safe method for solving such questions is to always go back to formula. Always write down the formula that you need to do the question, or is it related to the question? Like that, you all confirm won't go wrong. Okay, so this is for this question. 2 marks lah, shouldn't take too long. Okay, that means you just go back, just think straight the formula, apply the formula, and then you will get it already. Okay, let's continue. Given the volume of the hemisphere is 54 pi, find the volume of solid A. Okay, now same thing. See, volume of hemisphere. So straight away, I want to put in my formula. I want to use my formula already because because in this case, 2/3 pi r cubed is 54 pi. Can I find my r from here? And then when I find my r, I can go ahead and find the whole solid. That is exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly write at the side what's my plan. Because a lot of people don't, when they do questions, the unfortunate thing is that they don't even have a plan. Okay, and when they don't have a plan, right, they just dive in and start doing, and then start doing and do and do and do, and then halfway, right, they lost sight of the plan. They forgot what they're looking for. Then they fumble. Okay, so the best way is to always have a plan. Okay, I'm just going to put the plan at the side. I can find number one. I know that 2/3 pi r cubed is 54 pi. So the first thing I can do is to find r. After I find r, I need to find the volume of solid A. That means it's the entire thing. So okay, first we find r, then we can from there go and find the volume of the hemisphere, then the cylinder, then the cone, and all these things. But in fact, if you were to look at it in the macro perspective, you see, just now we did mention already. If the normal way, if you guys are if you guys didn't consider the things that you've gotten from the previous questions, right, what you guys will do, okay? I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's just a very long way. It's just a very longer way out. Okay, I'll split it to two. After you all find r, what you all will do? Okay, find hemisphere, then find cylinder, then find cone, then add. Is this correct? Yes, it is correct. Okay, but it's going to take you a very long way out. Think about it. You see, because from the previous questions, we already got some of the insights that we can use really. Is there a better and a more how to say, the more simpler way and a more efficient way? Number one, I can find the hemisphere, find the cylinder, then times 2 lah. Okay, that is slightly more refined. Still give you the correct answer. What's the best way? Think about it in the math perspective. If both the hemisphere and cylinder add up to 5/3 pi r, 5/3 pi r cubed, right? So what can I say about the expression for the entire volume? Isn't it just 10/3 pi r cubed? So in fact, from here, if you look at it in math perspective, okay, I don't even need to find my r at all. Think about it. Okay, if we consider that 2/3 pi r cubed, it's 54 pi, and I'm looking for 10/3 pi r cubed. Isn't it just 5 times of it? So actually, the solution over here, right, is actually 54 pi times 5, which is 290, 225, 25, and 20. It's actually 270 pi. That's all. This is my answer already. Okay, so is this plan verified? Can it be verified? Can we cross-check? Yes, definitely we can. Okay, so in fact, I'm going to prove it to you guys, and this is my answer. I write it in answer column first. Then I'm going to use the other methods and other plans, right, to show you that ultimately you will still get the same answer. Okay. Okay, so remember the ultimate expression that we're getting here is 10/3 pi. 10/3 pi r cubed. Okay. Now we got hemisphere. Can we go and find what is the value for r? Actually we can lah. Okay, so from here, I go and solve I just go and solve as per usual. So let's say we didn't know the plan. Okay, we just go and solve. We go and find r first. So 2/3 r cubed equal 54. Okay, so 54 times 3 divided by 2 is 81. So R cube is 81. R is how many? R cube is 81. 54. Total R cube is 54. 54 times 3 divided by 2. R cube is 81. 3 cube is 81. Then you got some weird values. Okay, let me check again. 54 pi. 2 over 3 pi R cube. 2 over 3 pi R cube is 54. So apparently so because right now 2 over 3 R cube. 81 times 2 divided by 3, 54. Hemisphere. Yeah, you get a very weird value for your R. Your R is actually cube root of 81, which is about 4.326. So imagine if you look at this way, then you're going to find an R, then you're going to find everything else. It's going to be very inefficient. Okay, can we still do it? Yes, actually we still can. If I were to just store the cube root of 81 as a certain value, so I store as A, can I use this value to go and find the other things? Okay, so let's take it as my R is cube of 81 because I want to maintain my highest level of accuracy. Okay, so from here, let's go and let's use this plan, which is hemisphere. Then we find cylinder. Okay, cylinder is pi R cube. It's just pi R cube. So it's just 81 pi. Okay, so 81 pi plus 54 pi will be 135 pi. Then I times 235 pi times 2 will be 270 pi, which is exactly my answer. Okay, so if you realize that if I use a longer plan and a more inefficient plan, I will still get my answer. Okay, but that's why I don't need to, because all I'm looking at is 10 over 3 pi r square, pi r cube. I look at the mass picture. Okay, from the part A, it already told me that it's 5 over 3 pi r cube. And they told me that this area, right, this volume is the same as my cone. So I don't need to go and find each of them already. I know that this is 5 over 3 pi r cube. The bottom is also 5 over 3 pi r cube. When they add together, this total volume will be 10 over 3 pi r cube. Okay, so guess what? All you need to do is just to times 5 only. 2 over 3 times 5, you get 10 over 3. That's all. That means the volume of the solid A is 5 times of the hemisphere. That's all you need to do. So if you manage to see it, congratulations, good for you. Otherwise, you'll be doing this. Is it still correct? Yes, it's still correct. But personally, I don't find it efficient. I go for the shortest and straightforward way, which is to look at the macro picture first. Don't dive into don't dive into calculate numbers. Look at the macro picture and see, hey, what's the relationship here? Here is 5 times, right? Then times 5 lah, simple. Okay? Can? Anyway, it's only 3 marks. Don't worry too much. It should only be 1.5 minutes. Okay? Okay, let's move on. D. The whole solid A is being melted to form a prism solid B. The cross-section of trapezium is with the parallel sides measuring 6 and 10. The length seems to be 20. Okay, so find the height of the cross-section of solid B. Okay, so now, because they say that the whole solid A is being melted down, that means the volume is being preserved. The volume is being preserved. Okay, so let's bring it down first, which is 270 pi. Now we need to go and find the volume of this prism. What is the formula for prism? Okay, it's always the cross-sectional area times the height or times the length. Okay, so from here, we need to find the cross-sectional area of a trapezium. Okay, so for those of you who remember what is the formula for area of trapezium, it should be half times y, which is the height, times the sum of bases, which is 10 plus 6. And this itself, it's the cross area of the cross-section of the trapezium. But in order to find the volume, I need to multiply it by 20. That means because we can imagine and visualize this whole solid to be like a chopped up pieces of trapezium. It's like 20 cm worth of a trapezium being lined up together. So it's like chopping tofu, right? Okay, so imagine it this way, it'll be easier for you to understand. So if I will put everything together, it will be this is 16, here is 8, so it's 160y. Find the height. Okay, lor. It seems to be in pi though. Can I let it be in pi? Can I let it be in pi? Because the half times height times sum of bases times 20, 270 pi. Okay, you know what? I'll just leave it as pi because this is my own working. So y equals to 270 pi over 160. So if I just do my own calculations over here, 27 divided by 16. Okay, it's just 27 pi over 16. Of course, in a calculator, you guys press your calculator, you guys will get about 5.3014 lah. Okay, and then to 365 is 5.30 cm. This is definitely correct, okay, but it's just on the rounding off of values. Like I said, I don't really care about the correctness of answers. I care about the thinking process. So I rather leave it at. Okay, so my reference to you is 27 pi divided by 16. This is my answer. Of course, the school answer will be 5.30 to 366. The calculator value is 5.301437603, which I don't really care. Okay. Ultimately, we must know that it comes from the value 27 pi over 16. That's more important. Okay, let's go. This is quite straightforward actually. Hey, bearings. Okay, let's go. WXYZ are points on the horizontal ground and PW is a vertical flagpole. WX, where's WX? WX is 7, okay. WZ is 3, XY is 10. WYZ is 20. Okay. And WZY is 28.6. Calculate WY. Okay, so some of you might ask, why is it that I want to like read the question word by word and match everything before looking at a diagram? Okay, this is my personal protocol, and this is a personal protocol that I recommend everyone to follow, which is yes, you're right in the sense that all the information from the diagram, right, is from the words itself, but I will still want to do the matching, word for word matching, to ensure that there are certain things, right, that I didn't miss out. For example, isosceles triangle, for example, square, lengths are equal, things are parallel, things like that. Okay, sometimes they don't indicate fully in the diagram itself. And reading the question sentence word for word and matching it to the diagram allows me to actually understand the diagram better. Okay, so now we have done everything already. I have matched all the things already. And also it's for me to understand what's on the diagram. Don't just see the diagram and do. Don't just see the diagram and do. Put both together. Okay, many people look at the diagram and they move on already. That's why they miss out very important points. Even though it's a very small detail, but this detail, right, might be the key for you to solve your answer. Okay, so match your sentence to the diagram. Okay, so let's continue from here. Calculate WY. WY is here. Okay. Calculate what? The length. WY length. North 20. This is 20. Okay, I don't want to indicate this first, but this is 20. There's a 10, there's a 7. Okay. There's an angle that I can find. What else? Horizontal ground. Okay, 10, 7, 20. North. What else? 28.6. 28.6 WY. Okay, got it. Okay, so from WY, we are looking at this line. Okay, so from here is actually pretty straightforward because if we focus in on the WZY itself, okay, you see just now when I was doing all the thinking, right, I'm actually also sounding off what can I find, what can I find, what can I find. Okay, so this is also a recommended recommended technique that I like to share as well. That means when you're looking at diagrams and angles and lengths and stuff, everything is just splat in your face. Okay, but from there we need to make sense first. What can we find? What can we find? What can we find? You see from here, from we need to find WY. I got 10, I got 7. Can I use something like cosine rule? Okay, no, because I need WXY to do my cosine rule. So that rules out. So what else can I find? I can find ZWY. Okay, when I find ZWY, I can find the angle. That's the angle, but that doesn't help me find WY. Then I realized I got a 3, got 20, got 28.6. Oh, yes, this is what I can find. So this is, for this question, what technique do we need to use is actually on the sine rule. Okay, so for those of you who forgot what is sine rule, it's sine 20 over 3 is equals to, over 3 is equals to sine 28.6 over WY. Okay, don't rush to go and solve. Write out first. Okay, write out first. Write out, see closely what you need to do, go and perform the operations correctly. Okay. So WY equals to what? 3 sine 28.6 divided by sine 20. Okay, this is how you should be doing it. Okay, so from here, let's quickly punch in a calculator. Ensure that your calculator is in degree mode. Don't give me radian mode and slap yourself why wrong. Okay, 28.6. Then divided by sine 20. Okay, my answer is about 4.1988. Okay, it's about 4.202368. Okay, after doing the question, right? One thing important, before you move on to the next part, before you rush on, wait first. Wait. We got WY is 4.2. One thing we need to check for, very important, cents. Not dollars and cents, it's common sense. Now I got WY is 4.2. Let's put 4.2 in the diagram itself. Then we take a step back and look at the whole thing. Does this WY looks like 4.2? Okay, we got a 3 there. Okay, so WY is study a bit longer than that. Okay, we got 10, 7, that looks 4.2. It looks fine. Okay, it's just this extra check that your answer makes sense. If your answer come out 1.2, 9.8, 12.5, does it make sense? Don't make sense. Okay. So when you calculate an answer, ensure that your answers make sense. Whether is it correct or wrong, whether you guess it correctly or wrong, it doesn't matter. Make sure your answer makes sense. Then we move on. Okay, so 4.2, yeah, looks good. 4.2. Then we go on. Okay, let's go on. Show that WXY is 20.2 correct to 1 decimal place. WXY. From here, just now we talk about cosine rule, right? You see, those comments that I did earlier on, right, while doing the first question, actually helped me in my second question. Because just now I said about cosine rule, now I got 4.2 already. This is what I need to do for cosine rule. Okay, so I realized that this answer, 4.1988 square equals to 7 square plus 10 square minus 2 times 7 times 10 times cosine of WXY. This is my cosine rule. Okay, so C square, let's look at this triangle now. C square equals to B square plus C square equals to A square plus B square minus 2BC cosine A. Okay, so this is what it means. The 10 and 7 are the two lines that gap the angle. That's how I remember it, gap the angle. Whatever way that you all can remember. Okay, so this is 49, 100, this is 140, cosine WXY. Then I continue to simplify. So a lot of people ask me, why do you simplify? Just put in calculator. Since you can still calculate, since you can simplify, since you can put calculator, then calculator give me answer already. Okay, my recommendation, no. Do everything on paper nicely first. Then you take out a calculator and key in the list stuff so that you can confirm that you get the correct answer. That is what I personally recommend. Okay, so this number square minus 149 divide by negative 140. Okay, then I take the cosine of this value. Okay, cosine, okay, wait, once again. Okay, square is 70.69. And then my cosine of this value is actually 0.938357. Okay, so that my WXY will be 20.22248, which gives me my 20.2 degrees. Okay, so another point that people are asking me is, why do I need to put in the cosine value here? Why? This is to show that you did not get the answer 20.2 by chance. This is for you to show that you have indeed obtained the cosine of this angle to be this value that allows me to get this value, allow me to get my correct answer. Because I can use my cosine formula correctly. It will always be correct. But the final answer can be just taken off from the question itself. I can say whatever bullshit I have in front. Then at the end, I'll say, oh, blah, 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 blah. Angle WXY is 20.2 to 1 decimal place. And they will not give you the marks. And if you don't put in the cosine value, they will have the very right to suspect that you got the answer by luck. Okay, so always protect yourself. Put in the extra, that little one more line to help you to get your answer. Otherwise, not worth it. That's what I feel. Okay, so always find opportunities to safeguard yourself. That is what I always like to emphasize. Oh. Wait, let me just send this stream to someone. I think someone wants to come in. You know, okay, let's move on from here. Okay, the bearing, interesting, now bearing. The bearing of Z from Y is 308. Find the bearing of W from Z. We need to know when they talk about different points, we need to know which one is from where, and where are they facing, and where is 308. A lot of questions in my head, but I need to get all these things clear first. Okay, so this is let me just come back to here. Okay, Z from Y is 308. Z from Y, okay, Z from Y. So we need to indicate where is my 308. Let me just erase everything here. Okay, because this 4.2 already done already, pangkang already. Okay, 308 Z from Y. So I need to start from where? Because the way is from where? From Y. So it's from here. That means when I stand at Y, when I look at Z is 308. That means everything from here to here is 308. Okay, so from here actually we can immediately see an insight that I can find this angle. But I don't find the angle first, relax, because this may not be helping me. Okay, let me go and find what I need to find first. Okay, find the value of W from Z. Okay, W from Z. W from Z. So where is the angle that we are looking for? We are not looking for the blue angle actually. We are looking for something else. Okay, where is the Y from Z? So if I borrow a north line here, where is the angle? We are looking at this angle. We are now standing at Z. I need to look at W. W from Z. So it's this entire angle over here. Okay, very important. And understanding that there is a little 28.6 over there. That means I can use, and I will need to go and find this red one here first in order to add 28.6 to get my answer. But how can I find the red angle over here? It's for me to find the blue angle. Now I know what is the use of my blue angle. I got a clear plan already. Then I go and do what I need to do. Okay. Anyway, this blue angle is going to be here. Anyway, it's still going to run away. So take a step back. Same thing. Take a step back. Look at the whole plan. Devise what you want to do. Then you go and do. Okay. So from here,
what I need to do first. So the first step I need to take is taking 360 minus 308, which is 52. Okay, and then I take 180 minus 52, which is 128, which is to find this one, which is 128. This is 52. Okay, so now I can find this angle already. I can find my bearing of W from Z, which is 128 plus 28.6. Okay, I will get 156.6. So answer will be 156.6 degrees. Anyway, it's only 2 marks to be, once you see it, you'll get it already. It should be straightforward. Okay. Given that Px is 8 meters, calculate the height of the flagpole PW. Px, where is Px? Px. Okay, Px is 8 meters. So as you can see, it's actually connecting from the top of the flagpole to X. Okay. Why is it not a straight line that is on the flat ground? Because they already indicated that PW is a vertical flagpole. That means, right, and X, Y, Z lies on a horizontal ground. That means it is a flagpole that's being erected from a flat surface. So the top of the flagpole is P. The bottom of the flagpole is W. Okay. So if I were to break it down the question into as such, so I want to bring the focus to here. That means we form a right angle triangle with P, W, and X. So now they tell me that XW is 7 because it's already given the question. Now they are telling me that PX is 8. What is the height? This is what I want to find. So as you can see, if I isolate this diagram over here and see it from just focusing on this right angle triangle, it's going to be very straightforward because it is just a simple use of a Pythagoras theorem. Okay. So from here, straightforward. Height square equals to, okay, so it's 8 square equals to 7 square plus height square. Or you can just straight away use PW square. Okay, and 64 equals to 49 plus 64 equal to the square will take out for the square will take out like that. Okay, just like that. 49. Okay, plus PW square. So PW square is like that. Okay, so this is so can straight away say PW square equals to 64 plus 49 is 14, 15. So PW is square root of 15. Okay, square root of 15 is about 3 something lah. Okay, so it's about 3 and then 6 over. It's very close to 4. It's very close to 4. Okay, but it's actually not 4 because it's slightly less than 4. Let me see if there's a way I can better approximate it. Yeah, it's very close to 4 already. So I'll just put 3.87. Okay, pressing calculator should be very straightforward. 3.87. So 3.87 to 3 sig fig. Okay. Now T is a point along XY. Find the greatest angle of elevation of the top of the flagpole P from T. Okay. XY, where's XY? Here. Okay. Now, a very common question for the ask, right, is always the angle of elevation. That means, right, it's looking for here. That means T is along the point of XY. But in order for T to get the greatest angle of elevation to P, right, it must be directly the straight line distance. Where this point is T, and then I use another color, it should be like that. I'm looking at this angle. Can you all see it? Okay, it makes me more legit now. Okay, so, but the thing is that I know the flagpole. I need to find what do I need to find? I need to find the greatest angle of elevation. I need to find the angle itself. But in order to find the angle itself, I need to go and find the horizontal distance TW first. Then I can go and find. But now, how do I find the straight line distance? The WT. Okay, the WT, right, is a very common technique which uses the triangle of the same area technique. Okay, because from here we already got 7, we got 10, and then we got the 20.2 that we got earlier. From there, we can already find the area of this triangle. Okay, so we can put them, you can equate both things together. As in the both methods to find the same area of the triangle. That means, look carefully, because the area of triangle is what? Half AB sine C. Half A B sine C. This is half AB sine C. And at the same time, this is also equals to half times xy times the perpendicular distance. This is a super important theory that you must know. Okay, and we have known xy. Xy is 10. Okay, so straight away I can put in 10 already, which is this is 10. If I cancel this 2, it gives me 5. So it's 5 times the perpendicular distance. Okay, and once again, I can cancel this 2, it's also 5. So therefore, I can straight away conclude that the perpendicular distance WT is equal to 7 sine 20.2. Then from there, I can get an answer, get a value like sine 20.222. Okay, it should be 2.4, 2.4196. Okay, it doesn't matter. Just leave it as this working value first. Okay, so from here, I need to go and find my greatest angle of elevation. Now I got my flagpole. My flagpole is square root 15. Okay, so now I want to break it down into another question, into another triangle. So this is my flagpole PW, and this is my T. This is the right angle. I want to find this angle, theta. Okay, I got my flagpole, which is square root 15, and I got my WT, which is 2.41. Can I go and find my theta already? Yes, I can. Because why? Because tangent theta is equals to the 7. Okay, I use the exact value. 7 sine 20.222 divided by square root 15. That will be my answer. Okay. I think you should be getting somewhere along the lines of 0.624. Okay, and then therefore my theta will be 31.99. So theta will be 31.99469. So approximately 32.0 to 1 dp. 32.0 shall be my answer. Okay. This one is a very, very common question. So once you have done enough practice, right, this kind of questions, right, is no-brainer to you. It's very straightforward. Okay, the triangles are the same area. Triangles are the same area. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Okay, 5a. The n term of a sequence is given by Tn 6n minus 5 over 3n. Use the formula T to find T7 and give me your answer in a improper fraction. Very straightforward. All you need to do is sub n equals to 7. Okay, this one mark should be instant. So 6 times 7 minus 5 over 21, which is 42 minus 5 over 21, which is 37 over 21. Leave your answer in improper fraction. Okay, 37 over 21. 1 mark, instant, don't think too much. Okay, explain why 64 over 33 is not a term in the sequence. When they ask whether is it a term or not, it means whether n, the ultimate value of n that gives me this result, is whether is it a whole number or not. If it's not a whole number, means this number is not a sequence. Okay, so from here, straight away, go and solve 6n. Bring out the expression equals to 64 over 33. Then you go and compare and solve. So from here, this is 198n. We do a cross multiplying. 198n minus 165 equals to 192n. Okay, so we see that 6n equals to 165. And n in this case will be equals to something, should be some weird value, 27.5. Okay, so because the value of n in the equation, then you bring out this thing, so 6n over 3n equals to 64 over 33. The value of n is not a whole number. This is the keyword. Okay, therefore 64 over 33 is not a term in the sequence. Just like that. Okay, it's a no-brainer. 1 mark only, should be instant one. Okay, the keyword is the value of n is not a whole number. If it's in the sequence, that means there must be a solid value of n. That means maybe T15, T17, T30 that gives me the value of n. The value, give me the value of whatever term they give, 64 over 33, whatever. Okay, so we are talking about whether or not the value of n is a whole number or not. Okay, so show that Tn is between 1/3 and less than 2. Okay, very interesting question here. Now we are talking about limits. Okay, when you talk about limits, that means, right, no matter what does this thing mean? It's a very simple inequality sign. But what we are looking at, right, is the most smallest value of n and the biggest value of n. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so once again, let's bring out the expression again. Tn equal to 6n minus 5 over 3n. Let's think about it. And then if, you see, here's the thing. If the n is damn small, what is the smallest value of n anyway? Because this Tn is a sequence. It is a sequence. Okay, so what happens is that, what is the smallest value of n? Because we are exploring the smallest value of n and the largest value of n, which is infinity. But what is the smallest value of n in this case? Smallest n value is a sequence, my dear. If it's a sequence, there must be a value, which is 1. That means the first term must be 1. So can I say that T1 is equals to how many? 6 minus 5 over 3, which is 1/3. Therefore, the smallest term must be 1/3. It must be 1/3. It cannot be any other value. And is this value included? Yes, it's included. That means all the whatever Tn in the middle, it can be anything. But the smallest value must be 1/3 because the smallest value of n must be 1. This is the idea. Okay, now here's the idea. Now, here's the interesting part. We know the smallest value of n is 1. Then, what's the biggest n? Because n can be anything, can be 1 million, can be 1 billion, 1 trillion, 1 quintillion. Nobody knows. But this tells, because in this inequality, all it gives me, all the information that it gives me is that no matter what n it is, the value will never go past 2. It will never even touch 2. That's the thing. It will never touch 2. That means we need to assume that every single value of n in the world, the resultant Tn, it will never touch 2. It's just like that. Okay, even though it sounds ridiculous, but it is actually like that. Okay, but what is the biggest value of n possible? It's actually infinity. It's not your 1 million, 1 quintillion, all that stuff. No, it's infinity. Because any value. So now here's the weird part. How do I prove it then? Show you guys the idea. Okay, you see, because Tn is equals to 6n minus 5 over 3n. Can I actually break it out to 2 fractions? Can I break it out to 6n over 3n minus 5 over 3n? Okay? And do you realize that if I simplify it, it's actually 2 minus 5 over 3n. Because this n and n cancel. This 6 and 3 cancel. That means this Tn can also be expressed as 2 minus 5 over 3n. You see that? So what happens over here? Okay, this is what we need to focus on. Yeah, this highlighter sucks, but never mind. I just take it out. 没啥用. Okay, I just highlight everything. Woo. Okay, but do understand that Tn can be also be written as T2 minus 5 minus 3n. So what does it mean? What happens when n goes to infinity? Okay, I'm going to show you the theory here. Follow through. When n approaches infinity, this needs to be written down. When n approaches infinity, you see, in this expression, where is n? Where is the value of n? The n is here. It's in the denominator. What does it mean? That means, can I say that one by one? Because n is beside a 3. So it's 3n. Because that means when n goes to infinity, can I say that 3n also goes to infinity? It also, because n is already infinity, then n is 3n is going to be 3 times as large. Just like that. Okay? So if 3n approaches infinity, can I say that 5 over 3n is going to get damn small. It's going to get damn as small because n is damn big. 3n is even bigger. So 5 over 3n is going to be damn small because now 3n becomes a little tiny denominator. It's just a 5 out of like infinity, you know what I mean? So it becomes 0. So therefore, Tn will approach 2. Now, notice I use the word approach. It will not touch 2 because I don't know what, because we never know what n will be. N will be damn small number. It will be damn big, damn small number, but it will never touch 0 because if it touches 0, it means that it's a division by 0 in which will not exist. So I can only say that it approaches 0. And therefore, Tn can only approach 2. Because it's literally 2 minus 0. You know what I mean? 2 minus 0. It's so close to 0, but not 0. Okay, therefore, Tn will approach 2. And I put it together with this one over here. And therefore, Tn will be larger or equal to Tn, but less than 2. You see that over here, do notice that this is a less than sign. It's not a less than or equal sign because it is a approach to 2, not equal to 2. Can I understand this point? It seems to be a very simple thing, but need to explain it very, very explicitly. Okay, we strive for 100% explicit understanding. This is what I want to strive for. Okay, don't just listen halfway and then don't understand. Okay. Can I? So this one, solve. Yeah, awesome. Ding. Okay, let's move on. Part B. The first 4 terms of another sequence of numbers are shown below. Okay, normally if you see this kind of weird stuff, give you a trick. The trick is this. The trick is not to look at this. These things these numbers in the red box serve no purpose. It's here to smoke you only. Okay. What's more important, right, is to look at the sequence at the back, which is over here. Because this one will actually allows you to actually go and see the idea behind the numbers, the construction of numbers. And this is where you can see patterns, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, then minus 2. It's quite, because if you see the 4, 10, 18, 28, it doesn't make any sense. It can be anything. It could be anything. But what we are looking here now is the 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6 that is related to the T number. So from here, can we infer what is T10? So T10 is pretty simple. I don't even need to care about this anymore. Don't care. Really don't care. Okay, T10 is what? T10 is just because 1, then 2, 3. 2, then 3, 4. 3, then 4, 5. Don't think too much. If you give this to a primary school kid, they'll just write the answer immediately. Because 4, then 5, 6. Then 10, 11, 12. No? So 11 times 12, 132. 132 minus 2, 130. That's it. Okay? Don't complicate things, please. Don't complicate things. Okay? Now, show that n equals to n squared plus 3n. 2 marks. Okay? So from here, it's like, Now just now got T0, T10, I can still infer. Now Tn, how I do? Okay, don't freak out. Just look at the composition itself. Look at the structure itself. Look at the structure. When we look at the structure, we will know what to do. See, I take for example, if this is T4 equals to 5 times 6 minus 2. This is one bigger than this. Right? One bigger. This is plus 1. Here is plus 2. Correct? And it's the same for all. Use the same idea. So Tn equals to n plus 1 times n plus 2 minus 2. That's it. Okay, then I go expand n squared plus 3n plus 2 minus 2 equals to n squared plus 3n. Ta-da! That's it. That is all. Okay, so it shouldn't take you a lot of time. Just infer, see the idea, copy the structure. That's it. Don't get freaked out. Okay. So given that Tk is 208, use the part B, part 2 to find the value of K. Okay, so T something. So Tk is now equals to K squared plus 3K. Because Tn equals to n squared plus 3n, so K shall, I just take out the n, put in the K, same value. Okay, now they tell me that 208 equals to K squared plus 3K. So that means I can straight away do a quadratic equation and find the value of K. That's it. Okay. For this, don't even need to think too much. Use calculator. 2, okay, 1, 3, negative 208. So K will be either 13 or negative 16. If negative 16 can be used, cannot be used because it's a K. K is the value of a sequence. It's a number of a sequence. So I can only use 13. Therefore, K is 13. That's all. I cannot have a what is the term? What is the term at the negative 16 term? You can't say that, what? You can only say what is the 13 term. 第13个 term 是什么? So I cannot say 第 negative 16个 term. It's like you are counting like before the term 0. I mean, it doesn't exist. Okay, so negative 16 is rejected. Okay, so just say not applicable. So K is 13, very straightforward. That's it. Okay, super easy. Super easy, really. Okay, let's continue. Oh, this graph. Oh. CF graph. The mass loss in 200 members was recorded at Amazing Fitness Center. I think I've done this question before there. Gold and platinum. Should I do this? Should I continue? Congruent. All these are Sec 2 questions. Looks like Sec 2 questions. Because I don't have much time left, but half an hour. Oh, this one is plot. Don't draw. Drawing sucks. Meow. Okay, let's continue. Angles. Let's look at angles. Let's take a look at this question. B, C, D, E, F are points on a circle with center O. AE is tangent to the circle and ABC is a straight line. BAE is 38. Okay. BOE 72. Okay. DCE 40. Okay, can. Find and giving reasons to the answer angle OBA. OBA is here. Okay, let's go and find out first. Okay, and now they tell me it's center O. Actually, are there things that we can add on into a diagram to help us understand the question better? Actually, we can. Since O is the center, right? Can I say that OB and OE are the same? Because, and this forms an isosceles triangle, isn't it? It's very straightforward once you draw the lines, but people forget to draw the lines. Okay, so that's why I mentioned about linking the question to the diagram. So from here it's pretty obvious really. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so OEA is EA is a tangent. Okay, because A is tangent, so I can say that OEA is 90 degrees. This is one thing that you can already see. Okay, and from here it's pretty obvious because why? OEA is 90, right? And I can find this as a part of a base angle of isosceles triangle. That means I can find this. If I can find this, I can find my EBA. When I find EBA, I can find OBA. Okay, you see that? You see, I can find this, I can find this, I can find this, I can find this. Same structure, same structure. Okay, let's quickly draw the plan first. So first of all, I can find OEB. Okay, OEB. Then OEB, I can find BEA. Then I can find BEA, I can find EBA. When I find EBA, I can find OBA. 4 steps, 2 marks. Fair enough. Okay, now let's look at it. Is there a shorter way? I don't know. I don't want to risk it. I'll just do it as such. Okay. OEB. Okay. Can you find OEB? So first step, OEB. OEB equals to 180 minus 72 divided by 2. 54. Okay. So BEA equals to 90 minus 54 equals to 36. When you do angle questions long enough, calculations come very natural to you. Okay, 36. So angle EBA equals to 180 minus 36 minus 38. Okay, this is 180 minus 74 should be 106. Okay, 106. Then you find OBA. OBA will be equals to OBE plus EBA. That will be 54. 106 plus 54. That will be 160. That's my answer. Okay, very clear plan. Can there be a shorter way? I guess so. I don't want to risk it. Yeah, I shall not risk it. Maybe if I find CBO, is it 20? I don't know. Can't say for sure. I don't know. I don't want to assume. Okay, that shall be it. Okay, OBA, 2 marks. Okay, next, find DEB. DEB, okay. DEB is a rather big angle over here. Okay, DEB. Now you see there's a 40 over there up. There's a 40 up there. Okay. Okay, can. Okay, so same thing. My thinking process is this. If I got 72 here, can I go and find this angle? Can I find this angle? Yes, I can, because angles at the center equals to 2 times the angles at the circumference. So I can straight away infer my BCE. If I can find BCE, I can find DEB, because it is angles in a cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, so from here I can straight away find DEB already. Okay, so let's go ahead and find the answer. So first of all, same thing, my plan. Okay, maybe I write my plan outside. Plan. So it's how do I do this? So I need to I need to find BCE first. Okay, angle BCE, then I can find angle DEB. 2 steps, fair enough. So angle BCE equals to 72 divided by 2. Okay, give reasons. Just now I didn't give reason. Never mind. Okay, angles at center equals to 2 angles at circumference. 36. Okay, angle DEB will be equals to 180 minus 40 minus 36, because what's the reason? Angles at my English sucks, by the way. In a cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, so be 100 and it should be 104. Okay, just to top it up for the reasons for the first 2. Okay, OEB is 180 minus 72 divided by 2. Why? Because it's a base angle. Okay, so I write base angle of isosceles triangle. Okay, next, my next plan is to find BEA. BEA, why BEA? Because AE is the tangent, AE perpendicular to OE. Can this be a reason? Yes, because it has indicated to me that AE is a tangent to the circle. Therefore, OE is perpendicular. So it's therefore 90 degrees. Okay. So when I draw the perpendicular line, right, it implies that I can use 90 minus 54 already. Okay, continue. EBA. EBA means sum of angles in a triangle. This is the most basic because you guys have learned it in primary school already. Okay, sum of angles in a triangle. Then I can find my total. OBA. OBA don't need reason. OBA is just to add the two things together. So don't need reason. If you really want to die put a reason there, yes, you can put. You can imply that this is base angle of an isosceles triangle because the angle that you are using, the 54 that you're using, right, is actually OBE. This is OBE. But we also need to show that OBE is the base angle of a triangle. So you need to put base angle of isosceles triangle. Can be done also. If you want to put reason, put lor. Can. Because in this, even though this step is not doing the 180 minus something by 2, but you're using the result, you're using the end result. But because straight away we kind of use OBE straight away. Because we didn't put OEB equal to OEB because of base angle, blah blah blah. No need. 不用，这边直接写。Just straight away write it down. It works. Okay, can Okay, angle OEC. OEC. OEC, where's OEC? OEC is here. Okay, OEC. Can we find OEC? Actually, we also can find OEC as well. Okay, OEC, I will want to make it OEC is equal to OBC. OEC equals to OBC. Why? Because they are of angles of the same segment. Therefore, it's equals to 180 minus 160, which is 20. How is this only 3 marks? That's weird. Let me check again. Because I see that these two are of the same segment. That's why I make it as 20. But I don't know whether it's as simple as 3 marks. Looks the same angle, same segment to me. 3 marks, Sure not? 20. Looks 20 to me lah. It looks legit lah. 40. This is how many? 104, 104. This whole thing 104. That is 54. 40. No parallel lines, no nothing. I'll just say it's 3 marks. Sometimes the solution is too simple, right? I need to second doubt myself whether is it 3 marks or not. It's so simple. 20. It's just 20. Or is it something to do with the tangent chord theorem? Tangent chord theorem is something that I really don't want to touch because it's a super duper confusing to me and I rarely use tangent chord theorem. But I'm sure that there's some sort of tangent chord theorem that can be used here in this situation. Six. Yeah, 36 we use somewhere. Okay, no, I take it as 20. This should be my answer. Okay, 20. Angles of 6 segment. Okay, let's move on. Okay, coordinate geometry. Is this the same as this? Okay, never mind. Let's look at 7, question 7. Triangle ABC is equilateral. Okay, so straight away, put them down first. Okay, CAD are straight lines. ABE is also a straight line. Okay. Okay. And AD is equals to BE. Okay, interesting. These two are equal. So state the reasons clearly why ABD and BCE are congruent. Wow. ABD and BCE. Ah, I see. Okay. Okay, first of all, there's a few things. Okay, for congruency, how do we know and what are the different tests for congruency? Let's recap. SSS, when all three are sides. SAS, when all three are when all two sides and one angle. And then we have ASA, which is two angles and one side. Okay, that means in your line of reasoning, right, if you can use either the side to prove or use the angles to prove. Okay, from here, what I see that it's actually pretty straightforward. ABD, and BCS can. That means we use a lot of these sides to go and compare. Okay, one very obvious clue that we can use, right, is to match the positioning of the letters. The positioning of the letters is not anyhow one. It's supposed to be corresponding. That means if I put these two things together on top and bottom, it should be aligned. That means it should be the same direction. Okay, so from here it can give us a lot of clues already. Okay, AB is equals to BC because they are both the sides of an equilateral triangle. Because ABC is equilateral. Triangle. In fact, it's given lah. It's not really given, but it's given. I'm just gonna say the equilateral triangle. Okay. What else can we say? Can we look at the other side as well? AD, because we already know that AD is equals to BE. That is given in the question. Okay. So we already got two sides down already. Can we use one angle to go and find it? We can also, right? ABD. Okay, since we already know that ABC is an equilateral triangle, can I say that all the sides are 60? Then obvious, right? Because this is 60, this is goddamn 60, this is 60, and this is 60. Okay, and if these are 60, can I go and match the angles already? Right? CBE. Okay, CBE is equals to angle BAD, which is how many? Which is equal to 120. Right? Why? Angles on a straight line. Okay, because I'm looking at this one. This is 120. Because it's angle of straight line, that's why it's 120. Angle of straight line, and then ABA and ABC, angle ABC is equals to angle BAC. Therefore, it's 120. Okay, so from here, let's recall what are the things that we use. We use a side, we use two sides, and we use the angle. Therefore, this is a SAS. So by SAS, congruency, triangle ABD is congruent. Okay, three lines only. 1, 2, 3. Congruent to angle BCE. Done. Okay, very straightforward. I think it's only 2 marks, 3 marks. Fair enough. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Question B. It's a different thing lah. Okay, oh well. Okay, coordinate geometry. Sec 2 should know. Okay, by Sec 2 you should have already learned this already. Okay, B is 3, 4. C is 7, 6. ABC is straight line. Okay, how? BC cuts axis at A. Find the area of OAB. Okay, find the area of OAB. How many marks? 3 marks. Give away. Really, give away. So, of course, when we look at this graph, right, A lies on x-axis. One very important one very important thing, x-axis means what? That means the y-coordinate is 0. Super important, but people often neglect it. Okay, so can I also say, since A, B, C, they are on straight line, they will have the same gradient. Same gradient, man. Correct. Y equal mx plus c. Okay. So from here, can I already go and find the gradient of the line already? Because I already got 2 known points. Remember, how do we know that we can find the equation of a straight line? It's either you have 2 known points or 1 gradient, 1 known point. I say again, what are the conditions to find your straight line, equation of straight line? You have a gradient and 1 known point, or you have 2 known points. Here I got 2 known points. It means I can go and find my gradient. So let's find a gradient. Oh my god, this is pretty giveaway actually. So it's actually 2 over 4. For those of you who don't know what is 2 over 4, it's actually 7 minus 6 divided by 3. No, 6 minus 4. Sorry. 6 minus 4 over 7 minus 3. Okay, which gives me half. Okay, so in this case, the gradient is half. So can I say that 4 minus 0, okay, over 3 minus a, which is the x coordinate, will give me my half as well. So from here, what do? Okay, a lot of people, please don't go and I want to laugh. I really want to laugh at this already. Because why? Because at this point of time, people want to go and do cross multiplying. You don't need, guys. Really don't need. This is 4. So can I straight away say that 3 minus a equals to 8? Because 4 over 8 equals to half, man. So just see that they can already. Please don't go and 2 times 4 minus 0 equals to 3 minus a. Then go and throw here, throw there, throw here, throw there. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Okay. So what's a? 11. Sorry, wrong. A equals to how many? A equals to 3 minus a. A equals to -5. Okay, so now we know that a is -5. 0. Can we go and find the area of OAB already? Okay, FYI, please don't use the shoelace method. You can use the shoelace method, but it's kind of a waste of time. From here, please go back and use your primary school knowledge. From O to A, how many units are there? There are 5 units. Okay, what is the height of the triangle? 4 units. Can we find the area already? It's just half times base times height. Okay, please don't go and do a shoelace method, all the stuff, and get yourself frantic all over. Okay, if you forgot about this, go and pick up your P6 books. It's on your P6 books. Okay, so area of OAB, area equals to half times 5 times 4, which is 10. 10 units square. Okay, please don't get frantic over this. And this you might be thinking, why is it 5, or like why is it not -5? You're looking at the distance here. You're not looking at direction and stuff. It's just the distance. It's 5 units apart from the origin. That's all. Okay, I'm looking at this triangle OAB. Okay, it's just like that. Okay, so please, and go and recap on your primary school knowledge also. Don't just think that, oh, you go secondary school, primary school stuff and throw away, right? No. It's still relevant and still applicable up to Sec 4. This is a Sec 4 E-Maths paper. It still works. Okay, it still works. Okay, so the area is only 10 units square. Very straightforward. Okay, another point D is such that ABO is similar to ACD. ABO is similar to ACD. Okay, so as you can see, it is geometrically similar. So what can we say? Number one, this D is also somewhere here. Okay, I use another color. D is somewhere here. But what can this what information can I get? You see, they told me that ABO is similar to ACD. That means, right, can I say that the gradient of CD must be parallel to BO? Only then it can be geometrically similar. And very important thing is that we are also given the order of the coordinates. The order of the coordinates, like I mentioned, is also very important as well. ABO is similar to ACD. So we are looking at which direction? Okay, so we're looking at A, B, O this way. A, B, O. So it must also be aligned to A, C, D. It must be in the same direction as well. It cannot jump around one. Okay, a lot of people, same thing, they neglected this fact. And when they neglected this fact, they don't know what to do already. Okay, so we know that it is of a certain, it must be of a same gradient to BO. And do we know the gradient of BO? It is actually right there, 4/3. Because it's the change in y over change in x. Please do not. Okay, I know that find the gradient of OB. Please, exact 4 already. Please do not do this. By now, you should see immediately already. Okay. It is why? Because gradient is the, if we go and understand what is the value of gradient, it's a change in y over the change in x. And they both plotted from the origin. So for every 3 units it runs, it goes up by 4 units. Okay. Another way is rise over run. This is also learned in Sec 2 already. Rise over run. Okay, so you see from 0, it runs 3 units to the left and 4 units up. Means what? 4/3 lah. Okay, that's the gradient. Okay, so please don't do 4 minus 0, 3 minus 0. That means you are not learning. You are not thinking already. Straight away, see the value from here, 4/3. That means what? That means the coordinates of this D, right, should also be aligned such that the gradient is also 4/3. So let's put it over here. So that means 7 minus the x over 6 minus the y should give me 4/3 as well. So from here, how to find? Don't tell me that, oh, because one equation only, then there are 2 variables cannot solve. Can solve. Can be solved. Okay. What is the value of x? 3. What's the value of y? 3. That's it. Okay. But however, one thing to take note of, okay, something that I neglected also, since it must be lying on the x-axis, okay, same thing, something equals to 0. Okay, so it gives me another clue already. This is 0. Okay, so what should this be? This one should be 8/6. So y should be what? Okay, so y is 0, right? So x should be how many? -1. Okay, 3, 4, 4/3. So -1. 6 wrong Okay, change it 7, 6 like that. Change in y over change in x. Okay, this must be equal to 4/3. So this is actually equals to something 6 minus x over 7. Okay, only when you see this kind of things when the denominator is not that convenient then you go and do what you need to do. Okay, so 4/3 equals to 6 minus x over 7. So 28 equals to 18 minus 3x. So x equals to 10/3. (18 minus 3x). 28, 8, 10, -10/3. Yeah. So x is -10/3, 0. But it looks weird though, because based on what I see here, x is 0, no, y is 0, 4/3. Looks weird, eh? 4/3, 4/3, 4/3, 4/3. 7 minus 0, 4/3. 4/3. 4/3, 4/3. Negative value, may? 6 minus x. Okay. 7 minus 0. 6 minus 0. Okay. Oh, 6 minus 0 lah. Okay, we do the whole thing. But same thing, the 4 over 3 still stays. 4 over 3 still stays. You see, that is where checking is important. Because why? Because my answer don't make sense. My answer becomes a negative number. I cannot just leave it as such. That's why I know how to remedy immediately and quickly enough. Okay, so 4 over 3 equals to 6 minus 0 over 7 minus x. So this is equal to 6. Okay, so straight away from here equals to 12 over 14x minus 2x. This is equals to 12 over 9. So 14 minus 2x equals to 9. Okay, 2x equals to 5. X equals 5 over 2. This makes more sense. Yeah, this makes more sense now. I don't really like the cross multiplying. Just do like that. So I compare this one and this one. Okay, and I see over here 5 over 2. Okay, it makes sense because it should be more than 0. Okay, so I see here. Okay, can make sense. Very good. Okay, 5 over 2. And I'll say that this answer is much more legit. Okay. Find the numerical value of OBCD to area of ACD. OBCD to what? ACD. Okay. Very important question here. It's a scaling question. When I talk about scales, right? We need to consider the different corresponding lengths and what is the scaling over there. Okay. So as we can see over here, this is the OBCD, right? Is this part over here. ACD is the whole triangle. Okay, but are we supposed?
Okay, I found this on the web for the whole triangle. Check it out.
How come got CD one? Okay, whatever. Okay, so for the whole triangle, if we were to go and find the whole triangle like as it is, right? Then find the numerical value and then find the numerical value, right? It's wrong already. Okay, we need to go and find the ratios of the corresponding length and then go and find the individual proportions of the different areas. Okay, so from here, as we can see, the scaling is actually from 5 to this whole thing, which is 7.5. Can we see that? First of all, let's get this down first. 5 to 7.5. Because from here, for O to D is 5 over 2 units. Okay? So this is the length scale. This is the length scale because it says similar, man. Okay, so 5 over 7.5 is equals to 10 over 15, which is 2/3. This is the length scale. So when I want to find the area, is equals to how many? 4 over 9. And what does this 4 over 9 means? That means if the small triangle ABO is 4 units, ACD will be 9 units. Okay, because we see that ABO is similar to ACD. So that means if the units area for ABO is 4 units, ACD will be 9 units.
You don't have any reminders due for then.
How come keep having got irritating Okay, so from here, okay, ABO is 5 units, so ACD will be 9 units. So interestingly is, can we go and find the area of the black stuff, which is the OBCD? That is 5 units. Because 9 minus 4 is 5. Okay, therefore, we can say that OBCD is equal to 9 minus 4, which is 5 units squared. And the area of OBCD to the whole area ACD is going to be 5/9. This is OBCD, this is ACD. Therefore, the answer is 5/9. Okay, a very typical scaling question, but it requires you to actually go and see a bit deeper of what it means. Okay, so if I were to draw it out like this, right, it actually similarly looks like this. So this is 5, this is 7.5. So it's 2/3, 2/3. So the ratio will be 4/5. When the 4/5, 4 on the top, 4 like square, the unit square. And then the whole thing is 9. So on top is 4, the below will be 5. Like this. So you're looking in like the difference of the scalings. Very typical question in gel into coordinate geometry. Quite common. Okay, so good to think of. Okay, it's 7 o'clock already. I will stop here. Went through quite a bit of questions already, and I went a bit more deeper in terms of the explaining. Okay, so I hope that you guys managed to gain some insights from here. And at the same time, if you guys want to have this copy of the notes, I don't think so, because it's quite messy. I hope you guys managed to take down your own notes. And yeah, if you all want the empty paper, can let me know. I can send you the empty paper. That one by all means, go and do. Then maybe in next time, if you want to ask me questions on this paper and some specific questions on this, by all means, go ahead. You guys can do so. Then maybe I'll just guide you from wherever you come from, whether it's Discord or Telegram or WhatsApp or I don't know, wherever. Okay. Facebook unlikely, because most of my Facebook friends are adults and parents. So okay, same thing for parents. If you guys have children, have kids, or you all know of your nieces and nephews or your own son and daughters, if they are looking for tuition right now, we can arrange, but have to be fast, because my tuition timing slots are very limited now, because it's 3 more months to the PSLE, and a lot of people are actually increasing their lesson intervals from once per week to twice per week. So I don't have a lot of time to play around with, especially the fact that I'm actually traveling between 2 locations. Okay, so for those of you who are staying in the north, okay, in the north area, that means Woodlands, Sembawang, Admiralty area, I'll be there on the weekends, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But the timings I have left is very little. So if you all really need any tuition or whatsoever, do let me know as soon as possible. Okay, and for the rest of the days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, these 3 days, I'll be in the east. Okay, the nearest location is Bedok. So if you are looking at places like Siglap, Marine Parade, Tampines the furthest I can go. Okay, Tampines, Siglap, Marine Parade, MacPherson a bit tough, but can try. Pasir Ris, 2 out of the way. Okay, the furthest I went was Loyang, but I just allocate a lot of time for traveling for that. Okay, so if you guys are in the east, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, these 3 days, can arrange for something in the east. Okay, if you are studying in international schools, okay, I do take them as well. If you guys don't follow the MOE school system, that means you all don't go to school in the morning, and maybe you are a private candidate, for example, you are studying on your own. If you want to arrange with me something in the morning, can. My morning is much more flexible, okay, because most of my students are still going through the MOE system. So if you guys are looking for something in the morning, sure, by all means, can arrange. Okay, afternoons, I'm referring to 2 p.m. and onwards. Right now, I will say 90% of my time is being booked already. 90% of my time is booked already, but I don't want to I don't want to miss the opportunity for the people watching this stream to miss out. Okay, so in any case, let's say if you guys cannot get me for tuition, what can you all do? Okay, there are tons of resources over here. Okay, my Telegram chats, my Xiaohongshu group, my WhatsApp group, my Discord servers, what else? Facebook, don't get me there lah. I won't reply there. Okay, Instagram don't have my students. So you can forget about Instagram. So mainly it's Discord lor. Discord, Telegram, WhatsApp. These three. 小红书, 4. I think 4 channels is enough already. So whoever is there, you all can just pop in and ask. Okay. I want to give as much support as I can. Okay. So with that, we'll come to the end of this quickfire today. Hope that you guys gain something. I don't know when I will continue this quickfire. If all goes well, maybe next Tuesday. But in any case, no matter what, I will still be documenting stuff. If in any case I'm not doing the real life quickfire anymore, I'll be looking to repurpose my previous videos to make it into teaching and content material, so that I can maybe like send Instagram shorts or YouTube shorts and that kind of stuff. But plans are still undecided yet. So in any case, I thank everyone for joining me on this journey at the moment, up to this point. So I really look forward to be able to see and interact with everyone again. Okay, with that, we end the quick fire today.